Good morning, everybody. It is a Tuesday. It's May the 14th or 15th. I think it's the 14th. But getting ready to head out to Baltimore today. Got my O's cap ready to go. But sitting here in my living room at 7 a.m. My goal today is I'm breaking the trip up a little bit. It's a long, full day to Baltimore. It's probably 14 or 15 hours. And so I'm going to try to go to like North Carolina. Maybe Fayetteville, North Carolina is my unofficial goal for day one. I got to do some work this evening. And then Richmond, I'm going to spend most of Wednesday in Richmond. And then up to Preakness or Pimlico on Thursday morning for the Alibi breakfast. And then Black Eyed Susan Day and Preakness Day. So I might make this into a couple of videos. I'm not sure if it'll just be one or a bunch, but we'll see how we do. And let's hit the road.
More media coverage about it. It's not like these types of things are.
All right, getting out stretching here in Georgia, very near Savannah, which is one of my favorite towns. And I've done some videos on Savannah. I'll put a link up there. But I'm going to a local hotspot here. But trip's going good. No real obstructions. Had a bit of a rainstorm by Jacksonville. And other than that, back on the road here in a minute. All right, so I'm pulled over here at the North Carolina-South Carolina border, which is home of South of the Border. There's the gas station. There's the big sombrero. You can walk all the way to the top. It's got to be 150 feet tall. They got fireworks. There's Pedro's Mexico shop. And then across the street is like a mini golf thing. There's a hotel. It's like a whole thing. It's Fort Pedro. And then there's that. So if you're ever at the North Carolina-South Carolina border on Interstate 95, here's the beach shop. Pedro's Myrtle Beach shop. But anyways, back on the road. All right, so a long day of driving. I think it was about 10 hours from when I left when I got here. It was 9 hours of driving and then an hour of putzing around when I was taking breaks. But good first day, and gonna get up and at 'em. I'm gonna go to Richmond tomorrow. I got a lunch and a dinner scheduled with some friends and coworkers. So yeah, we'll head up there and then up to Baltimore on Thursday morning. Thanks for watching. What am I saying? Thanks for watching. The video rolls on. Yeah, so we'll see you in the morning. Good morning from Fayetteville, North Carolina. I'm taking a little morning walk here before we get going to Richmond, Virginia. It's 3 hours to Richmond, and I'm going to spend most of the day and the night there. So kind of an uneventful travel day too here, but off we go. I left the hotel, it said no chance of rain. It's just pissing right now, so I'm hiding under a tree. Waiting under a bank. So this is the Good Earth Nut Company, Nut House. See, they even say, welcome to the Nut House. But they make the best Virginia peanuts here. They actually, I think, make them here in the factory. But don't be scared, it looks much better on the inside. So there's President John Tyler's grave, and there's Madison's in that cage looking thing. And then you walk through here and there's this beautiful view of the James River. See all the rocks down there. In the summertime, everybody kind of sunbathes on top of the rocks. And then downtown Richmond proper is right there. How's that for a view, huh? Pretty good. So President James Monroe gets this really beautiful, ornate kind of thing, right? His wife gets wife of James Madison. So this is the grave of W.W. Poole, who is the famous Richmond vampire. If you ever get a chance, Google Richmond vampire. Like, he got trapped. There we go. He got trapped like under a train tunnel that collapsed, and then when like people dug it up, his ghost came out and it ran to this crypt. And they say that the W's in his name are vampire fangs. Little known fact. So Google Richmond vampire, W.W. Poole. Well, after 13 hours of driving and a couple of days, we have arrived at the Preakness. Going in for the alibi breakfast, which is a tradition where I guess they give the trainers and owners give their alibis as to why they didn't win the Derby.
The best Preakness story from the previous year. For the first time this year, the Woods Award.
Up on the roof, there we go. Press box for name calls. Snuck into the placing judge's office. So there's the finish line for the Preakness. All the way to the home stretch. Here's where Jack Harlow's going to play. Kind of the upper level grandstand. People here already. So this is where my seat's going to be. Pretty good spot. Finish line's right there. There's the home stretch, and they're coming over for the first race today. So here's my accommodations. I'm in the master bedroom of the house there. We got all these nice trees, and then, oh, we have a racetrack right in the backyard. What a place. The track goes all the way down there. And then they got a couple of paddocks and stuff over there for the horses to hang out. Not bad. Hello. There's a little horsito and mama.
surroundings in this business.
So here's my seat for Black-Eyed Susan Day. About an hour to post time. Overcast, but no rain. It's supposed to rain all day tomorrow. But I should be under the cover, so I should be all right. My seats tomorrow are a little further down, closer to the finish line, but still pretty good. Getting ready for the Pimlico special. They're starting right here, so I walked down to the top of the stretch, and I'm rooting for the 7, Be Better. It was a long shot. I think like 10 or 15 to 1. Happy Preakness Day, happy my birthday. Just got here to Pimlico. It's raining, the first race is off the turf, but excited for a long day. Probably won't shoot too much video because I got to save my phone battery, but we'll get the Preakness hopefully. All right, we're about an hour from the Preakness, maybe 50 minutes. And good crowd here. It's been busy all day. Not too crowded though. You can get in and do stuff, but the big dance coming up. Catching Freedom. Bafford's horse. There's Mystic Dan. Kentucky Derby winner. I guess he's last. Uncle Heavy went over on the turf.
Yeah, just that's never going to be one pay attention. It just seems like the leader was three races that finished in front of him. Aaron knows his heart, and that is his heart. You know what I mean? So
All right, so back home. It's a couple days later since the Preakness. I didn't record the Preakness. Yeah, nice hair today. I didn't record the Preakness just because as it was getting time for the race, the energy and excitement were so much that like I just wanted to experience it without, you know, because if you want do it through your phone, like you're experiencing it, but you're looking through the camera, and I just wanted to be in the moment, and it was great. I've never been in a horse race where there was such electricity at the moment, so it was a very, very cool experience. I'm super glad I went, and hope to go again some other time. I got to do a Derby though. This made me want to go to the Kentucky Derby. I've never been a huge like I got to go to the Derby. I kind of got to go to the Derby now, but I work on Derby day, so it's going to be tough. But anyways, thanks for following along. Hit the subscribe button, the like button, all the other buttons, and we'll see you for our next video. Hopefully back to some baseball stadiums next, but thanks for watching.